everybody. Look, the people have been asking for an update on the new
The
hair.
people.
True, this actually
Oh,
is true.
and we both have it in. First of all, welcome to our listeners.
Yeah,
Welcome to
welcome to
our
our
listeners.
listeners.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yes, let's get into it. The last we left you all, we said about hair.
We did.
Tanya had an emergency that she didn't wanna blame on the hair,
It did.
but then we deduced in the conversation it was the hair.
Maybe.
I had similar reactions, itchy scalp. I paid way too much money to take my braids out on day 2 because of some bad hair. So, we both well, actually, I took the
You bought it.
Tanya found a good hair, talked to
Yes.
her braider about it, or her stylist.
Right. So my hairdresser Zendra gave me and give
Shout
her a
out.
shout out because I think she listens. She's a listener.
Is she?
Yes, she's a listener.
Girl,
So
then why did she come to
called
save us earlier? It's
it's
called
called
GYAL.
Guile Braids.
Guile? Is that what we think it's called?
I
Guile?
think it's Guile. She
Girl?
Girl braids.
Gail?
Um,
GYAL. Tanya told me about it. I didn't pay attention. I went buying, hundreds of dollars worth of hair, and the so I used it first on individuals, on twists,
yep,
actually. Tanya then used it on her current style that you're seeing
I do a
right
little
now.
braid here, a little side pony for the birthday.
I heard your wife's calling you Paige Beckers, which I love.
Yes. She has been calling. She's like, Paige. I was like, okay,
I
calm down.
love that. And
So it's
not
apple
an
cider
itch.
vinegar pre-rinsed braiding hair.
Yes.
So it's
Not
fully treated.
one, it is synthetic still, so price point is still right for the individuals, for those of you girlies who are worried about paying for doing individuals or a temporary 3-week style, and it was gonna cost you 1,000. Price is
Right.
right
And
on
it's
this,
specifically made for people who have scalp irritation. So it's hypoallergenic, anti-itch. It's got all of the things that we are supposed to be trying to do a little bit better.
and I have
Um,
to report, A+ plus for me. I've had it in for 4 weeks now,
no rash, no rash.
no rash, no itching. I went even to the beach, so chlorine and salt water, and have washed it. And, no issues at all,
Yeah.
and my braider
Oh,
said she loved the way it felt.
it's supposedly a game changer in braiding hair. So,
And how have
um,
you felt about it?
oh yeah, I have had no issues, and it was nice. It's kind of a nice. It's a very good texture.
Yes.
Versus it's not scratching me. I haven't broke out in
No?
any. I mean, it's been really just a nice. It's just nice. So
So
full.
shout
So
out.
shout out to
We are not
them.
paid. Not an
We are
ad.
not paid. We could be paid, but
We could be
we
paid. We're looking to be paid. We're open to be paid. We're
always
not
looking for coins.
currently being paid
Um, but so the most
for this
important
review.
thing though, I will say is we've now removed from Leo season in which I have been actively celebrating. I will say I've been celebrating this weekend. I've done it all. Beach, good food, friends, all of the things, good cake. And now I can
Happy
pass the
birthday.
torch. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday. Happy season
Happy season.
ending,
Yes.
culmination.
I have
Ha
realized though that Leo season is really not a season. It's kind of like a lifestyle.
a
It's
state of
kind of a
mind.
thing. It's a vibe. I
It's a
mean,
state of mind.
we are gonna actually the entire year be in Leo season because of where the moon is all the shit's happening in the sun. We'll talk about that later.
Shout
But
out to my girlfriend who I was with this weekend, and her daughter did something, and we both looked at each other and we were like, "She's a Leo."
well, we do. So, but I'm passing the torch to Jessica, who is
Yeah!
Virgo season officially. Well,
Virgo season.
and I'm
Here
not
we
sure what
go.
happens. I'm not sure anything exciting happens when it comes to Virgo season, but it's fine.
Optimization happens. Optimization happens, efficiency happens.
Oh god.
If you
Not
didn't
efficiency.
if
Not
you don't fo
efficiency.
if you don't follow, maybe me on social, because I think Tanya was a hater and didn't repost it, but,
Yeah.
um, it takes a lot for me to post, and so I would say a word was Kiki Palmer on Amy Poehler's
Oh
podcast
god, I saw that, yes.
talking about Virgo-ness. If you haven't listened to that episode, it's good episode anyway. You don't have to be a Virgo to vibe with it, but I will say fabulous episode and fabulous, um, they nail the things about being a Virgo in the most special way, so take a
I'll
listen.
repost it now that we're officially in the season. I wasn't gonna post it during my season, but I will post it in honor of Jessica and tag her in there.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, so happy birthday, happy celebration, happy season to
I don't really
all the
celebrate for the record. I'm still 4 weeks from my birthday, basically,
okay.
3, 4
This
weeks.
is the problem with Virgos. This would be officially the problem, but that's fine.
What?
Um, I w yeah.
What's officially the problem?
You're like, "Oh, I don't wanna celebrate,
Well,
it's
it's not
like
my birthday. I mean, look, I'm still like I said, I'm about, like, 3 to 4 weeks away. Now, I do have both of my goddaughters' birthdays. I have one next week and
yeah,
then one the week after that. So, this is a season for us all,
it is a
where
season.
we
It is a season.
queens step into our position and, receive.
I will say, I'm not sure if Virgos really partake in this, but there's been a lot of conversation in our favorite Inkwell groups, our favorite Martha's. There's a lot of Martha's Vineyard buzz happening. But one of the things that there's been buzz about is maybe the older generation sort of hating on the newer generation who are walking around in bonnets and pajamas at the airport and
Oh, not
actually
Martha's
walking
Vineyard
around.
specific.
But just I
All
think
airport.
but I've heard about it on that
Yeah,
group,
yeah.
but I'm
Sure.
also hearing, I think didn't Monique get in trouble for being an auntie and talking about the sisters? But I wanna officially get your opinion, Jessica, because we wrap our hair when we're traveling. And we may not come out
Well,
in a bonnet,
I
but
don't I don't wrap my hair when I'm traveling. I mean, I'm gonna put my braids in a style that they won't get fuzzy against the seat, but I don't ever put, like, a full bonnet or a wrap on,
okay, okay,
but that's me personally. But I also get hot, to be honest with you. Like, that's the thing about
right.
bonnets. I need someone to invent a bonnet that has a fan inside it that is circulating
Let
my
me
head.
find one for your birthday. Maybe as a bonnet
'Cause
with a fan.
Because I have
But
too much
what
hair
are you
to not
thinking
have.
about young women wearing pajamas and bonnets in the airport? And also, Harvard and
I'm not
Howard, sorry,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Harvard, Howard, some of
Howard.
the other HBCUs have instituted some
Yeah,
policies that have been controversial.
yeah. I'm not
It's
tripping.
policing. Isn't it policing
Yeah, I'm
women's
not
bodies?
tripping. My thing is like, yes. Is it respectability politics? Yes. I My whole thing is like, in a situation like that, I don't think it is on anybody to tell a group, like, on behalf of some group to another group what they should be doing. In my opinion, it's like, if my goddaughter came to me and said, like, or we were going to the airport and she was wearing that, that's not true because she's an adult. I would say to a young person in my life, when you wear certain things, you're attracting certain attention from people who are not going to wait for you to open your mouth to judge you. So, yes, someone's gonna judge you for what you're wearing. Does that mean you should stop being yourself and wearing what you're wearing? Not in my opinion. Go do you. And I'm like one that really does not. The whole like airport is we should be like the airport is a bus station. I don't understand why anybody has been taught unless you're flying private. I don't know why anyone has been talking about the airport as if this is this place of like
Can I
esteem.
just
Like
can I just say when we were
it's a
traveling to
bus
Martha's Vineyard
depot.
last year, I think we were traveling to Martha's Vineyard, there was
Yes.
this young white
Mhm.
female. I was She had the shortest shorts. It was a red
Mhm.
eye.
Yeah.
She had her little pajamas, and these were pajamas that you would not wear out in the public in the streets, but
Right.
she had 0 worries.
Yeah. It's my thing. It's like h I don't know how you tell like, the airport is a place where people from all different walks come together and they're going from one place to another place. The idea that that has to be like that anybody should be
Police.
policing anybody on what you're wearing to do that is kinda wild. Like, I I just yeah, it is not look, if you're
You
about to sit on a
officially
five-hour
do
flight
not
and you want
care and we think I think officially, you know what? Why do you care?
Girl,
There's
where
so
you
much to worry about right now.
right.
There's so much
If
happening in the
someone
world
paid
right
good
now.
money
Right.
paid good money for their hair to get done, and they wanna protect it on a plane, what
Mm,
does that have to
that'll be
do
me.
with you?
Right, and that'll be me. I mean, I was like, I do wrap it because I don't want that nastiness. I don't know what dandruff or what frowsiness was on the plane prior to me, so Imma wrap my hair. It's gonna happen.
I hate that word so much.
Frowsy?
Yeah. It just
Frowsy
like,
is a very Jamaican it's a very
I
Caribbean
know
word.
but the sound, it's too close to what it actually is that it makes me sick. It's like the word
Okay.
like, it hits it right nail on the head,
It
like, the
hits
word
it. It is
frowsy, it's like you smell it, like,
you
"Ooh."
that's the purpose. When you
I
hear
know.
that word, you're like, it literally smells coming out of I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. Well, I'm sorry I
yeah.
just officially
I think
traumatized you.
people I think people are wild for that, and if you have a problem with people coming as they are on a plane, then you should save up your coins and you should fly private. What if shiny tracksuits were outlawed because they make too much sound on a plane?
Did you say shiny tracksuits?
You know
Are you
what I'm
saying
talking.
aunties are in their shiny tracksuits? And, okay, well, fine. We have sort of settled the case with us. Um, Jessica, you definitely seem to be interested in talking about someone who I don't wanna talk about,
Girl,
but
you
he
this is a
seems
lie.
to always have his stomach out for everybody to see, and it's disgusting. That's frowsy. He looks
Girl,
frowsy.
girl, yeah, and it's not his stomach, this is not his stomach and his size that's making him frowsy. The fact that he doesn't look like he showered in a while is what makes him frowsy. And girl, this is not me wanting to talk about it. For the record, I didn't even know this thing happened until you sent me the clip.
I did send you the clip, and let's talk about what are we talking about? We're talking about Ray J
Ray
and
J.
Orlando Bloom wait, Brown? Orlando Brown.
Orlando, not Orlando
Not
Bloom.
Orlando
That's a
Bloom.
white guy. Either way,
Yeah,
this is Orlando of Disney star fame.
and bless his heart, because I think he's had a struggle. He's had some struggles, and so they
Drugs
did
or something?
a I alleged.
For money.
Uh,
Oh.
so they had a boxing match, a celebrity DCBDEFQ or whatever, a Q it was probably Q list, celebrity boxing match in which Ray J it was a rematch because supposedly they had fought before and Ray J lost.
Where did they fight? Like, on
Girl,
TV
this is
before?
like I don't know if this is pay-per-view, but people seem to be interested. And so they did a they fought and Ray J won this time. So this is although last time I checked, Ray J was supposed to be near death. He had a heart problem. He told people he had like a couple years to live. And somehow he got up the energy to fight.
I'll tell you how somehow. It's called dollar signs.
There are some coins, I'm sure. And Brandy was there. So I was like, sis, why are you she was right there ringside supporting her brother. You know
Ringside.
what? I'm gonna give it to her. She supports them. She supports her brother. Good for her.
M to the O to the, um, blessings to the whole, what's their last name? Jackson
I
family?
don't girl, it's that's did you say Jackson?
I don't know. What's Brandy's last name?
It's not
Norwood. Norwood.
yes. Did you say Jackson? That would be Janet. Not the wrong one. Wrong
True.
family. Wrong
Shout
black
out to the
family. They don't all look alike, Jessica.
shout
Uh
out to the Norwood family.
Shout out to the Norwoods. Remember they had a reality show with the mama and dad and the whole family. That was,
No, I don't remember that. I must have missed it. Okay. The other thing I wanna cover is something that I've been dying to ask you about
Okay.
because I think it's the most hilarious thing ever. I did not know this. If I asked you what a money piece is, what would you say?
A money piece?
Yeah.
I guess I just assume is a money piece like where you hide your money when you're traveling? Mhm.
No, okay. If I told you it has to do with looks on a body, what would you
So
say?
your
A
money
money
piece, you're saying your booty or your boobs or your money piece? Is that where you get
okay,
your mon is that where you get your
okay.
coins? Is
This
that it? Am I
this is
close?
exactly the point I was trying to prove. Apparently, The money piece, which is a well-known thing,
So who?
is
I'm just saying a well-known thing. To who?
I don't think for Black women because you've just proved my point because I had never heard of this. It is something hairdressers call a money piece, which is the piece that frames the face framing highlights. So when you get like this front piece highlighted, that's called a
Right.
money piece. Did
Who's
you?
getting this? Who gets this frame highlighted? I don't Black
No, I mean,
women,
this is like a thing. Like this is like a
I mean,
lot
we're
of
talking
women.
where are those little baby hair? This is not baby hair then. Is the
No,
money piece baby
this is
hair for
not,
Black women or
I don't think
highlights?
this is Black women. I think this is mostly white women. And I think, or it could be like, it could be not just white women.
Only
It
when
could
they
be,
get the little blonde thing right
yeah, like
there,
the
probably.
streaks down or
Yes,
like the
I've seen
front.
those.
That
Why is
is
this the
called the
money
money
piece?
piece. Girl, I said, if you ask most black I said like price or what is it? Like Family Feud style. 8 out of 10 black women are never going to say the money piece is the hair. I said ass and titty, same as you. Like,
So I was
what's
like,
making the monies?
listen, that's the only thing making me money right now. The
Right.
ass.
Not not a highlight framing my face.
Girl, why is a highlight making me money? I mean,
Girl,
are they saying that blonde highlight
I'm
is gonna put them
telling you,
over the
these are the
edge?
first pictures on Google when you pull up money piece.
So it's according to them, the whitisher, the white how is the whiteness of a blonde streak is where
Blonde
you get
streak
it's
framing the
almost like the
face.
money shot. Are we talking like that? The money
Flaming,
shot.
and it is, yeah, why the name stuck. The highlights that sit directly around the face, which is humorously called someone's moneymaker, which again, not doesn't resonate. Moneymaker again is not the face. Maximum
That's not in our community. Not in our
they
community.
say
That's not the money maker.
this is what Google AI says. Maximum impact, minimum cost. Clients get an instant, luxurious brightness that transforms their look without paying for sitting through a full head highlight. High profit for salons. Stylists use minimal bleach and foils, yet can change a solid add-on price. Oh, can charge a solid add-on price for the fast service.
And it's actually called a money piece?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
and if
anyone
this
out
is
there, if you're out there and you're a listener, I need
I
you to let us
I've
know if you've
heard
heard
about
them
this
about the money
from
piece and if you've had the
listeners.
money piece.
I've heard about this from my friends who are non-women of color listeners who told me about this, and they were like, "Yes, this is a thing." I even saw one of them even proved it to me by screenshotting a hairstylist saying, "Got a money piece to do today."
Okay. Well, maybe we're underestimating what our money piece could be. I feel like are we sleeping? See, this is how we mess out. We are not in the know to know what I mean, maybe
Is
I'm gonna
bringing the
go
money
get
in.
that highlight for
Maybe I
that
should
next trip.
maybe I should pull 2 twists forward and bleach them, and then they'd be my money pieces.
Someone at your job is gonna say, "Oh my god, Jessica, oh my god, I love your
I
money
love
piece."
the money piece,
And you're gonna be like,
and then I'm gonna say that's sexual
"We're not
harassment,
in the club. We're not in the club.
and then I'm
We're
gonna
not in the
say
club."
that is
Because
sexual harassment.
right, because we thought our money pieces were very different things. Very
Right.
different, very different.
Anyway, so I'm glad we thank you for helping me, solve that.
Your straw poll is clear that
Thank you.
we have no
If you're a
idea.
black woman, how about this better poll? If we're gonna post something about a money piece, if you're a black woman who's heard of a money piece and or gotten a money piece, let us know. But I have a feeling it's gonna be crickets.
If you're a hairdresser, tell us if we need a money piece. Tell us.
Yeah, look at our faces right now. What are your thoughts? Money
Money
piece?
piece? And what's the add-on? What is that add-on? I need to know. Cause it's like, is it my pony? Like, do a wash and blow and then add a pony on? I mean, and that got me
Plus
to like
pony
100.
plus money piece.
It's a lot of work. That's
It's a
that's
lot of
expensive.
work.
But, I love that we can laugh. I love that we can laugh because the alternative is quite shocking right now. I know that there's a lot going on in the world, and I know we always say that, but shit is getting real.
Yeah, and you know what? The alternative in California, I think it's work. So when we were talking about weather earlier, and because it's summer here,
Oh,
The fact that it's 96 degrees downtown LA
good
is
for you
kind of
because it's 107 at my house right now, so
but
good for you.
96 downtown is wild, but it kinda like, "Oh, it's fun because it's still summer, we could go to the beach, whatever."
No,
It's not it's this is
this
very hot,
this is
and
not normal.
more than hot in California, why we know it's trouble is it's humid, and it has not been this hot and humid, and it shouldn't be, and it's because of El Niño coming to get our asses and already wreaking havoc on Hawaii and, New York has had a terrible summer. They had tornadoes this week, which is wild.
In Brooklyn. Who has a
Yes, in
tornado in
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn?
in
I mean,
Brooklyn.
those things I mean, between the tornadoes in Brooklyn, I think the Northeast had just a rough time. The whole
Yeah.
Northeast was in struggle bus. Um, there is lots of communities because of that without power or struggling, and I mean, I will say it, there's a lot of funding that has been shortened that they don't no longer have to support. I mean, move that to shortages and other shortages happening. I guess we could be grateful for the rain, but I'm not sure it's gonna help
What
us.
rain?
I mean, certain parts of the country, certain part of the country
Oh,
that are having those type of storms.
yeah,
I
unfortunately,
mean,
it's not the parts of the country that,
right.
that feed our water
Like
system.
here, help.
Yeah.
Help because we're quite dry. I will say, I think that we kept saying, I remember when, several years ago, it's warming. The world is warming. We are warmed. We are beyond warmed. And the question is, who's going to help us?
No one, because we don't have FEMA left. FEMA's not around.
FEMA's
Remember when
gone.
FEMA remember,
I remember FEMA.
let's
Yes.
say, I don't know, at this point, let's say 10 years ago,
It's even less.
FEMA
Yeah.
was anything. I mean, FEMA was called for storms, regular storms, power
Anything.
outages,
Yes.
anything. FEMA was on the
And I
scene.
will say FEMA had its challenges. We'll probably
Of
should
course,
say
like
full disclosure.
every government
We should
agency
say
did.
FEMA was not fixing all the problems,
No.
but I'm not sure we have replaced FEMA with anything, but we've now stripped more and more away. So if you have a storm, if you have something happen in your community, you don't have anyone to call anymore. There's no one
Yeah.
coming to save you. And I think
Well,
that's a stark reality and a scary reality for many communities, particularly those who rely on government support.
yeah. Well, in so many of these communities, particularly if you look around and um, people in your community are, a darker shade than what was provided in the crayon box, you're in trouble because that's what's happening in Gary, Indiana. That's what's happening in Puerto Rico. That's what's happening in Hawaii. You have places that are like desperate for help. And this administration says, and Project 25 says, this is the responsibility of the states. Give the states more power. Well, when the states don't have money, or
The money.
when the
Right.
states do their own prioritization, like in Indiana, and they prioritize certain communities and not the others, the federal
Right.
government is supposed to be the
Stepping in.
safeguard of that
Right.
and say, no, let me provide, services for everybody.
Right.
Because
And I think we're what
the
are we
local
on
municipality's not doing shit.
day 11, day 12, whatever we are on day when Gary, Indiana still has no
Yeah.
power.
Yep.
Puerto Rico, I don't even know how long it's been since Puerto Rico has been struggling without power.
Oh,
Um,
they've been since August 7th, they've been doing this rationing of 40 on for water, not power. This 48 hours on, 48 hours off for water for since August 7th. August 7th.
and what is the response? I will say the one thing, let's say the government is failing clearly. But who's reporting on this?
Nobody.
Who is talking and getting in that community? I remember even though there was a failure for Katrina and some of the other things that have happened, there used to be some reporters, you see Anderson. all wet, up to his waist,
Right.
running in there to try to get, I don't see anything. I mean, the
No.
reality is it was Black independent, you know, media that was actually or social media folks that were talking about Gary, and they
Yep.
were talking about Puerto Rico, and are now talking about Hawaii.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think that we are in a place where if you haven't yet understood, if you're someone out there who's still trying to understand why state and local elections matter,
Hmm.
it's because the future is things happening on the local level, because if the federal government has anything to do with it, they're not gonna cover anything. So if you don't know who your Congress people are, who your state senators are, who your local elected officials are, whether it's a neighborhood council, whether it's a city, whether it's a county, whether it's your governor, like, this is critically important because no one's coming to save you from the federal government. We should know that from the EPA and the issues we're having with food right now.
Girl, what
Girl,
are
you
you
wanted to
eating?
become a
Could you tell
if
me
you
what you're
wanted
eating?
girl, well, suddenly if you were a vegetarian and you were like, "Well, you know what? Looks like I gotta eat meat for a while." Now we got, whatever
Horses?
how much beef coming in that we don't even know where that's coming from. So, now you're not gonna eat beef. Who knows what's happening at these poultry? They've already recalled eggs the last few weeks. We've had different egg recalls. What is happening?
I will say it is
Your garden of romaine is starting to look really good.
girl, my garden. I told Jen because we are, out of our all of our lettuce, I said, "Listen, it's
Oh,
t" because we were like, "Oh, it's that season. It's so hot right now. You can't grow nothing." But we do have tomatoes still coming, and I said, "Listen, prune those tomatoes because that might be the only thing we have as a for a salad right now, tomatoes and some avocados." And even that, because Mexico right now, I'm not sure we're gonna be even getting, avocados anymore because of because of the
not because it's not safe, but because we
it's not safe
decided
because of
to
the tariffs
start
and
a cost tariff war
there's
with
a fight. So
yeah,
I will say Jen and I have been having this conversation and we're like, so where are we going to start thinking about where we're getting local? I mean, those local butchers have become more and more important. If you can start searching and reaching out to those local farmers because they're struggling more now more than ever anyway. If you can start going to your farmers markets, make sure you're not buying bags of lettuce, you're buying the whole head and you're peeling it off and doing a really good wash. I mean, there are things that we can do, but we still may not if you decide to go to brunch all weekend like I did or all dinners, you're still not sure where the food is coming from. But I
right.
made a conscious effort. I can't have it. I'm not having a salad at a restaurant right now. If it's
You're
not
not having
cooked,
beef either, hopefully.
I'm not having beef. I mean, I can have salmon because I think I know where it came from.
Probably not,
I
girl.
if there's chicken, if the chicken has a leg on it, I'm gonna hope for the best. But
Because it has a leg, it coulda had
I'm a
6. That's how they raise them.
did you say so? Jesus Christ. And so, but yes, I mean, there is, I might be going a little more vegetarian. I might be eating a few more vegetables. I do think we need to start thinking more community though.
Well, here's the
You know,
challenge is they're not like you brought up before with the transparency, because they're not being transparent even about
no,
the
you have no idea.
Clydofasta, whatever it was called, the
Oh,
explosive diarrhea
explosive
lettuce.
diarrhea. We'll call it explosive.
Because they don't want to hurt big business and they don't
It
wanna
already
say out
has.
loud what was like, how isolated the issue is, then it's like people aren't even you're going to a farmer's market, but you don't even know because you don't actually have the real details of, like, where is this happening? Is this central? Is this, like, a specific to one farm, whatever.
It wasn't specific. Allegedly, it's specific
Well,
to at
where'd you
least
get that
one that
news?
has several connections, and I'm not
But where'd
jealous.
you get that news? You got that news from people on social media who could pinpoint that it was that place, which I'm not saying they're wrong, but the CDC used to come out and say,
This
"Here's
definitely.
what's not affected," so that you would feel
Right.
some level of comfort to be like, "Oh, okay, then I can go here and here." They didn't say that. They didn't say if there was an outbreak of this thing that impacts all
Right.
farms because
You're
of
not
the
gonna
weather.
yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna know that. You're gonna have to search your news in different ways, whether it's there are still in Southern California, we do have certain mechanisms and certain tracking that is happening. There are certain, that I think our governor still has put in place. There are international resources that are tracking stuff to see because he blamed other countries and they were like, no, that's not what happened. Um,
Yeah,
but
but what
I
happens, I mean, not to put a tinfoil hat on, but what happens
did
if
you say a tinfoil
this
hat?
what happens if this parasite, say a parasite,
It's every other one,
is
every other day.
known for or is starting because of warmer climates,
Of course.
then they're not going to tell us anything because that
Girl,
would be against
all of
their own
these are
narrative,
because of the warmer climates. The plague that came back, the I mean, there is some
that part.
the amount of diseases, the amount of things that are popping up in right now all around the country, and now we are no longer supposedly giving children vaccines,
Right.
or have altered the vaccine schedule for children with no science and no reasoning. No reasons. Just no reasons, just because you said so. I do think, though, this is the time that we need to get more conscious of our own self. Like, I think there was a moment that people were like, "Oh, it's not gonna impact me. I hope, this is wait out for a couple years." No, you need to be thinking because you and your family from Social Security stuff being cut right now, when you think about the medicines that your aunties and uncles are on, you got to start thinking about how they're going to get their medicine in 2027 because the same they're not going to have the same
Yeah.
ability to get discounts that they do right now. You got to think about food.
Yep.
Where are you getting food? Where are you storing? A lot of people are thinking about let's pile it because if the trade wars continue, there are going to be things we are not going to be able to get as easy as we usually get. Canada came out and was like, I'm done with y'all.
And why does every article that's, like, written, which is just, like, control of the press, why are they like, it's like goods from Canada, such as honey sticks, as if that's the only
Girl,
thing, like,
nobody cares
girl,
about them damn
honey
honey sticks
sticks?
or
I don't
bourbon. Was it bourbon? It was like honey sticks and liquor. We're not caring about the liquor and the
honey
honey sticks.
sticks? Girl, like, give me a break. Honey sticks? No. How about when Canada says, "Y'all can stop actually coming to escape here. You can stop your travel here."
You can stop your travel here. They're not traveling here. I mean, there's a whole industry when the Canadians come over down the street in Palm Springs and other communities around the United States. That tourist business, all of that is cut. And it's who's going to be hurting? Not the people in DC, it's the small business owners.
No. When I was in where was that? Toronto this year. I was in this restaurant that's like, it was during NBA playoff season, so it's like a basketball restaurant that's an NBA. It's like the NBA
Mhm.
logo and
Yeah.
everything. Girl, they had signs on the outside of it that said, "This is owned by Canadians, not US." All like, this is nothing to do, no money goes to the US. That's how
Okay.
because people know the NBA is a US brand, and they're like, "We
So they
wanna
were
make
like,
sure
we're not
everybody
coming.
knows this is a brand we're using here, but this has nothing to do with America." People aren't doing it.
I know. And the feelings around the country, around the world actually, are getting more and more because every other day there's some scary thing that comes out about what's happening with ICE agents. And it's a lot quieter now, if you notice. Things are not, it's just subtle stuff that is happening because the press is not covering it. And I
No.
will say that is actually a more scarier scenario for
Yeah, that's what I
me.
was gonna say. The press is not they're not covering the food stuff, they're not covering the ICE
No.
stuff, they're
What are
not
they covering?
covering
Meghan Markle moving to the UK? I mean, if
lessons.
I hear one more time that the Meghan has decided because of her family to move to the why do I care?
Why do I care? Why
Like,
do
I
I care?
care.
I'm not trying to give her any more excitement than she's already getting.
Yeah, okay. I will say, so Jessica, since we know we are you and I are really focused on trying to survive this, zombie zombie. The zombies are coming next, right? I mean, my question is, how are we going to survive this? And what can we share? What are you doing to survive this?
No more honey in my tea. No, I'm just
Girl,
joking.
honey's fine.
I'm joking. Uh,
Local honey. I hope it's honey.
um, it's better for your allergies anyway.
Right.
What am I doing to survive this? Paying attention to my own life that has enough going on in it that's, keeping me busy. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that you're right. This, I think at the end of the fiscal year for a
Yeah.
lot of larger institutions in this country was July, June, July,
Yeah.
September, December. So the impacts we've all been telling you that are going to impact you are starting to hit. And that's what people are starting to feel is new budgets and
Yeah.
the for feeling the impacts of this year of this clown car that we've been, forced to get in. So I think that as people become more and more, their lives become impacted more and more, I think what I'm doing is trying to help people see that, like, "Oh, this isn't just happenstance that your grocery bill is now $450. Like,
Right.
this isn't just happenstance that you can't get a doctor's appointment for, um,
Anything.
6 months because we don't have anyone to read scans because everyone who used to read scans was from another country, and we didn't let them back in. Um, and there's not enough people going to school to become XYZ. Like, I'm trying to help point out to people where you can draw very direct lines between decisions that were made the impact it's having on their life. And I think probably most importantly for people is to point that out locally. Like things that people don't like, things that people are feeling, understanding that it matters who you vote for and those decisions are being made. And now they're being made with less and less resources. So you could have a shitty governor or mayor before when there was plenty of cash flowing from the federal government or somewhere else. But now when they're making decisions and there's no money, like that's where you're starting like the rubber meets the road or whatever. So I'm just trying to their eyes and force people to go educate themselves on why these things are happening.
Yeah, I think that's a really good place too. And I think, we can't rely on, I think going back to, we can't rely on anybody to save us. Um, if the house or if the office in that chair in that White House changes, I'm not convinced that things are going to get better quickly. And I think people have this assumption that we just got to get to the midterms. Well, sure. But the midterms and the people in the office and the people in I mean, the Democrats have shown themselves, I'm going to say it out loud, um, that I'm not sure anything's really going to be better. And so what we have to do is go back to what we always talk about is community. What are the community things that we're going to be doing? How are we going to be in community? How are we going to be supporting the community? How are we looking at things differently? I will say there are people to support. I'm thinking about I don't know if you've heard about Angie Nixon, who is a Democratic socialist, they keep calling her, who won her primary in Florida and, beat out the Democrat that has been in office. The media has been really tearing that sister down, but she's been holding tight. There are people who are trying their best to support not our traditional people we've always been, "Oh, well, let's just think about Democrats." I think that's something that I'm also focused on.
Um, Someone did a piece on the kind of institutional Democrats, and this person was working in Kamala's camp at the time and talked about basically what they forced upon her
Mm,
and the culture and kind of, yeah, you're running, but you don't get to make these decisions. And
right, this
this
is
is
not
what you
about
need to
you.
say. And
Right,
this is, yeah.
right.
So, yeah, I think that supporting people not parties is really important right now.
Yeah, support people, not parties.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to become more aware. I'm sorry, the times of just thinking about your whatever, your next trip to the vineyard, we are having one, and yes, we will be there. But you also have to really think about supporting your community because there's a lot of people, our elderly, those aunties out there. It
Girl,
is a,
not
it
even
is,
like elderly, but like,
I
yeah,
mean, older,
Social
they're folks.
Security, they're talking about that in like a year and a half. Like that's like, yeah. Oh, great. So everything's great. Everything's looking good. Everything's tight.
Jessica and I are surviving. We're surviving, but we also, this is one of the areas and avenues we have to share, we have to talk. I mean, now more than ever, people who can pick up a mic, turn on YouTube and start talking and telling the truth. That is actually how the change is happening right now, and that's how the knowledge is being transferred.
Yeah, pay attention to the people you're listening to. Like, for example, if someone's trying to get you to listen to why a conversation around trans women in the WNBA, instead
Oh, I
of
heard about my wife. My
focusing,
wife's
inst-
crazy.
I had to bring it back to the WNBA. But
I
yesterday,
heard about it on the car
the
ride.
Fever played the Liberty. This group, this anti trans group, or what they call themselves, pro women's sports,
Okay.
um, protested outside because this chick on the Fever is like, spoke out. So they call themselves pro women's sports,
Is
right?
anyone trans in
No, no,
WNBA,
no
right?
one's
Okay.
trans. No one's trying to, no, there's no wait list of people who are trans who they've been saying, well, we're going to let them in. This is not an active issue. Just like it's like less than 1% of any athlete who even wants to play collegiate
Right.
sports is trans. But it's just an issue that they can divide people on. But they say we're pro women's sports and we're like purists of the sport. They were going around asking these people to name 5 WNBA players, and they couldn't name 5.
Of course.
So you're such a big women's sports supporter,
Somebody
but yet
paid
you
them to
actually
say.
someone actually said Aja Wilson. I said, "Look, I if"
Did you say Aja?
they said, "I know
Listen,
one."
even
They
I
said,
know who that is. That's
"Aja
not
Wilson?" Girl, if you don't, so it's like, this is,
I
stop.
can't.
If you're paying attention to that and you don't know where your beef came from, we got a problem.
Right, it's like, you know what? Let's not worry about the pajamas and the bonnets. Let's worry
Thank you.
about where your chicken came from, and please don't eat that salad that you ordered at, Taco Bell.
Taylor
I'm so
Farms.
sorry.
Right.
I'm Taco we've now just alienated 2 brands. Taco Bell, we're not gonna get a
No,
sponsorship
I'm
there.
not saying Taco Bell. We'll take Taco Bell. Taylor Farms. We can say that, can't we?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I
Anyway,
will,
girl,
yes.
well, speaking of the WNBA, I gotta go watch my Aces play because it's
Well,
the
before right.
stretch. We are
Okay.
hitting the stretch, everybody. We've got
It's very important. I already
teams have
know.
got between 2 and 5 games left before we take a break for the FIBA World Cup
I
of
heard about
women's
that too.
basketball.
Yeah.
So we have a stretch right now of 2 weeks, and then September, then it stops, like, in the beginning of September till the 17th. Okay,
So Jessica,
everybody?
who are you giving your shine sis shine on the as we close out this episode of Doomsday?
Virgos.
Um, all of
Virgos,
them?
girl.
All
All
of
of
them.
them. Every one of them.
Kiki and
Virgos.
all.
Kiki,
Okay.
Amy Poehler, as Kiki pointed out, Mother Teresa,
Okay.
um, all the girl, and you know what I said on my post too? I looked very closely at my post and all the people who were liking it, Virgo queens, and then noticing I was not getting as many likes from some other
You said something in our last episode that made me think that I am on the cusp and, maybe I should just start continuing to celebrate Leo season and add the Virgo. It's like, listen, why
I
not
was gonna
continue?
say, if you were leaning into your Virgo-ness and optimizing, you'd have been doing this.
Okay. Okay, sis.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
I might just as a reason to celebrate.
Look, come to come over, get organized. That's important for us. Come over, get
Yeah.
organized.
Don't just keep dreaming. Don't
We'll
keep
welcome
building.
you. Yeah,
We
no,
can't just keep dreaming. We can't stay up here.
no.
I gotta come down
Bring it
and
into
like do
reality. What are you
Okay.
doing? Efficiency, like I said, efficiency and
Okay.
optimization.
Oh god, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm ready.
Get
Well,
tight,
thank
everybody.
get tight. Like, subscribe, listen, thank you, and watch yourself. Take care of yourself. You know, all of those sisters out there solo traveling, be careful. Think about where you're going, and then, just make sure you're taking care of each other.
Amen. And wear your bonnet if you want to, girl.
Girl, wear them
Your
pajamas. I'm
leggings,
sure
your
there's some
bonnet. Girl,
pajamas. Wear them.
wear them. Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks for listening to Girl Call Me. If you have something to add or a story to share, come on over to Instagram or Facebook and join the conversation. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe Girl Call Me. You don't want to miss when we release new episodes. Thanks for listening.